Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to go a little bit crazier on the eyes today, but I think I'm just going to leave everything that I use listed in the description box down below. Obviously you're going to start priming. Whoa, it's gone everywhere. Look. Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. So I'm just gonna spray it. Feels nice though, it's very cooling. Good old Porefessional. So I just used the Hangover primer on my neck because I forgot to put something on my neck. Going to do the usual, you know, around the face thing. Come on, scoot your boot. Oh, so just gonna go with the Huge. Oh my god, I had a nose itch in the first one and now I can't stop fucking coughing. So I might take some of the Born This Way Natural Radiant Concealer. As usual, barking at absolutely fucking nothing again because I want attention. Back to what I was saying. Naturally Radiant Concealer from Born This Way in the shade Very Fair. Like that just blends out so flawlessly. Fuck. That wasn't a very good idea. Jesus. I'm gonna take the Nars Radiant Concealer over the top. I'm quickly going to set underneath my eyes and on my eyelids and the rest of my face. So I'm gonna take this little wedgie type sponge. And I'm just taking the Stay Matte. It's my favorite powder to use on my eyes. I need to dust the shit off my face. And I'm actually just patting this away, not wiping it, because I find that with the RCMA powder, it can take shit off or it can like really stick to your face. And then I'm taking the Stay Matte and setting the rest of my face. So I'm gonna move to eyes now. So I have all these here. So I've got 3 of the Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadows from Stila and then 3 of the Shimmer and Glow. I think I really want to use Cloud because I've had this one for a couple months now and I haven't used it. It's like a mauvey kind of color, or mauve, however you say it. So I think I'm going to use this one here. Now I gotta decide what palette I want to use. So I could use the Desert Dusk palette because it is more pink and I guess it's more like orangey shades, but it's a gorgeous palette. And on Saturday I got the, oh man, I'm pretty dirty it. The Anastasia Soft Glam palette. I've been wanting this palette for so long. For 75 bucks, it better be good, mate. Oh yeah, this has got some nice colours in it, some more mauvey colours. I've got the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm probably going to switch between all 3 palettes. So I'm going to take the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, and I'm going to take this shade up here, which is called Desert Sand, for the base colour. I'm taking the Morphe E20 because it's awesome. Oh, it's coming loose. It's going to fall off soon. I might take the, well, I'm going to take the Morphe R40. It's my, like, always my #1 blending brush. I'm gonna mix some of Eden from the Desert Dusk palette, which is very powdery, Jesus. And some of Dusty Rose from the Anastasia one, which is also a little powdery. And then just as a transition shade. So now I'm gonna just take Eden from the Desert Dusk and go over, and then I'll use Dusty Rose to deepen up the crease a little bit. And now I'm just taking the Dusty Rose shade from the Anastasia palette. And then when there's nothing left, I'll drag it in here. So I feel like it's looking a little bit too orange. So I want to go in with a more pinker shade. So I'm going to go into the Jaclyn Hill palette now. They're not very bright though, are they? So I'm not going to go on the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to be right back. So I'm going to take the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. I'm going to take some of the Flamingo shade. I'm going to grab this brush from Morphe. I'm unsure what its exact name is because it comes in a set and I can't remember what the set was, so, but it's just a little flat one. And I'm going to pack it on there. So I do want to make it a bit more pink, so I guess I'm just going to go right at the top in the middle of my eyelid and then just move it around. And then I will blend it through a little bit more as well. I'm going to take the Morphe M506. It's a little soft blending brush. It's not very, it is a little bit dense, but it's not at the same time. So I'm going to be very light-handed and just blend the edge out right near the top. And I'm going to try and drag it up into my crease a little bit. I'm going to take the shade Bossy from here. It's the one next to the Flamingo shade. It is obviously a deeper, darker shade, but it is more on the maroon side, so it's going to help keep more in the pink theme, and we're just going to stick it on the outer corner. I might use the Morphe G24. So this one is flatter on the one side, and it is really good for packing it on and also blending it out. When we're blending up into the crease, we want to be very light-handed because we don't want to have like a very stark, dark line there. So I have just blended that to about halfway into my lid. Can you see that? And if you feel like your transition has gotten a little bit lost, you can go obviously back in with the original shades that you use, but I would recommend only using a little bit. So I'm just taking Eden first, mainly on the front part of the eye, just because that's where I want it to be the brightest. And then I'm going to go back into the Dusty Rose, still using that same blending brush as before. And then just keep it here in the outer V again. Just going to go back into the G24 and that Bossy shade, just to bring it in a little bit more on the lid. We don't want to be able to see the skin color when we use this. So I might just take the, I think I'm going to take the Flamingo shade again, this pink shade, and place that where the skin's showing. Just that way when it reflects, it will reflect a little bit more pink. And all we're doing is covering up the skin, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, now that gives off a bit more of a pink vibe. We're going to go in with the Stila Shimmer and Glow liquid eyeshadow in the shade Cloud. Ow. Basically right over where we just put that Flamingo shade. And then we're going to try and blend it into the Bossy shade, which we put in the outer V. Fingers crossed this goes well. Oh, I have such bad pins and needles in my foot right now. I even think this on its own would be a really cool look. I'm actually just using my finger to drag it down, and I was actually helping it blend out a little bit. Then we're going to go back in with the G24 and the shade Bossy from the rose gold palette and go straight over the edge and then just try and blend them together. Might go in a little bit more of the flamingo shade over that too. Now I've got to attempt to do the other side. I might just quickly go and grab one of the Urban Decay liquid liners. I'm unsure if I want to use the silver or the pink, so I'm going to jump back to the face real quick, and I'm taking the 9C palette and I'm just using the white shade to highlight my face a bit. So I'm going to contour my face now. I'm going to use the Morphe E46, just an angled brush, and I'm taking the cool tone in the 9C palette and just contouring. And I did explain it a little bit more in my last video, so make sure you check it out. Time for a bit of nurse contour. Ooh. I'm going to take the Benefit Hoola bronzer on this weird pointy brush. I'm trying to take this bronzer back into the hairline a little bit too because I didn't blend the foundation very well. So I'm going to go in with the 9N palette from Morphe, which looks like this. Might go for the darker brown kind of blush shade and be very light-handed. You do not need much. I literally just done 2 gentle little taps. So I'm not trying to put it on the apples of my cheeks, just like under there, because I feel if I put it on the apples of my cheeks, it makes me look a bit like bigger in the face. Whereas putting it beside, I feel like it helps slim me out a little bit. I want to go back and finish off the eyes. So I'm going to do underneath, and then like I'm still debating whether or not to put the Urban Decay liquid liner on because I am pretty happy with it, but I feel like I just need something a little bit more, you know. I am going to take the shade Bossy again, and I'm going to take a small definer brush like this, put it right at my lash line, and then go in and blend it out with like a softer shade. And I'm only keeping this Bossy shade in like the back half. I'm going to go in with the Morphe R41. Awesome for blending this shit out. So first I'm just going to blend it out with nothing on the brush. Make sure to blend it back up into the top. And then I'm going to take the shade Flamingo from the Rose Gold palette and put it in the center part. Go back to the Desert Dusk palette and I'm going to take that Eden shade again. I'm going to use another definer brush. This one's like an eyebrow one, but I don't use it for eyebrows. And just using that for the Eden shade and just popping that in the inner corner part. Make sure you tap off your brush too so you don't get any excess. Okay, and then we're going to go back in with the R41, just whatever flamingo is left on there. What do we do? Yeah, I just feel like it needs that little bit more pop. Like, I always use a silver because it's the only one that you can really see. I feel like the pink, you can't really see it that much. I don't know. Unless I do it like on the edge here and just use the silver like more in the inner corner. See, I just feel like it does nothing. So I'm just going to put it all the way in, and if I don't like it, I'll just go over it with the silver. And I'm only really going really softly, where like if you put the pink on, you can see like, because the base color is pink, it's darker than the Glimmer and Glow. You can see this pink line, and I don't like that. So I'm just putting the silver over that edge, just to help blend it in a little bit more. So I'm just going to close my eyes and let that dry for a second. So I am also going to spray my face with the Prep and Prime again, just to put some bit of moisture back in there. We are now going to do eyeliner. I think I might go with white just because I feel like my eyes have closed a little bit. I'm going to warm it up on the back of my hand. I'm going to go in with the usual mascaras. I love this combo with the Rimmel. I can never remember the name of this one. Extreme Black Volume Mascara Flash. Like, I love the combo of this first and then the roller lash over it, because roller lash just does so well at separating the lashes. So I'm going to go in with the Goof Proof Brow Pencil, just like last time, because I'm actually obsessed with this now. Just filling in the brows. Then I'm going in with that Napoleon Purtis Powder Trench Coat. Taking the Gimme Brow, because it's awesome. So I'm gonna actually go back into the Anastasia palette, and I'm going to highlight my brow bone and my inner corner. So I'm going to take this little Morphe one. This again come in that set. It's very, very small, and I'm gonna take the shade Tempera. I think it's Tempera. So this shade here, and I'm just gonna go up my brow bone. And then I'm going to use this brush. It's a Nude by Nature brush, this little end bit, in the same shade in the inner corner. So I'm actually going to take the Morphe 350S palette, and I'm going to take this shimmer shade up here. It's like the only shade I use from this palette, and they need to make it a single because I've hit pan and I need more. So I'm going to spritz with the primer water, go into that shade. This is my favorite shade for inner corner highlight. Now I'm going to take the Urban Decay De-Slick. Now for the best part, highlighter. So we're taking that small brush, a little small one. I'm going to do the Cupid's bow and the chinny chin chin. Take the fan brush, just straight up and down, and on the nose. Then we're gonna go in sideways for the forehead. But I have just realized that somehow I've got black shit on my face, so just gonna stick a bit of the inner corner highlight on it and call it a day. Then I'm gonna take the Morphe R31. Love this for highlighting. Just gonna go back over it with the fan brush. And then I'm going to go with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Ice Cold. I really wanna, ow, I gotta stop doing that. So I'm just putting some of the Jeffree Star highlighter on my brow bone because I feel like that Tempera shade didn't really do much. Plus I think that might have been my fault because it looked, when I swatched it, it looked shimmery on my hand, but maybe that was more of like the bone setting kind of color. So now of course taking the Urban Decay Naked Illuminated in the shade Luminous, because it's just Balm.com. Like, I love this. Look at that shine. Isn't it just so pretty? So I'm not sure if I said this in my last video, but putting this Naked Illuminator on, if you put too much on, you can begin to look like you're sweating. So like I put a bit too much highlighter on my forehead, now I look like I'm sweating. But do I care? No. Just thought I'd tell you in case, because not everyone likes the sweaty look. So I'm now going to do some lipstick. I'm gonna do one last spritz of the De-Slick. So this is the finished look. I'm really sorry the lighting is absolutely freaking shit. But yeah, I've gone for the pink. I really like it. Let me know again what you guys think. Make sure you check out my other video. I'll make sure all the products I used today are down below because I know that I barely said anything of what I was using apart from the eyes. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Go and check out my other video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the little notification bell so it lets you know when I get my videos up. And stay tuned for more.